All right, here we go. What is up, guys? We are about ready to dive in and build a outreach software. All right, how to build an outreach software in this one entire class. This is going to be sick. I'm going to share my screen because AI coded us up a nice, beautiful class lesson. Let's go. All right. So myaiteam.com. This is going to be a lesson, if you guys didn't know, in a new area that we're going to have called basically AI Coding University, which is absolutely going to be phenomenal for teaching basically I believe business owners on how to leverage code into their business. Okay. And one of the things that we're going to do is create today a Google Maps scraper to be able to scrape Google Maps, get phone numbers, get emails, and be able to create personal outreach emails for every single one of these guys, all in one little. It's 10:18. We're going to say by 11 o'clock. Do you guys think we can do it in a challenge?
Heck yeah.
All right. This is a live. All right. So nothing else. All right. So here we go. All right. So we're going to utilize a couple different softwares. This is our complete objective, build a complete lead generation system that we could type in. All right. We need to be able to type in a business and then get that information of phone numbers, emails, and social links. Okay. Stuff to outreach to them. All right. That's the goal. All right, the tools and technology we're going to use is myaiteam.com, which is a front-end software, AI coding website builder thing that we're going to use. All right, there are other ones out there like that. My wife last night found out that my website is a AI wrapper. All right, which a wrapper means just a software on top of some behind-the-scene call. All right, and you're going to know what that means because we're going to use something called Website Scraper API. I think Austin, you have some sound coming in. So we have some Website Scraper API is basically how do we get this data? Okay, we don't have to figure out how to scrape Google Maps and we don't have to figure out how to scrape websites. We're going to use a website that gives us that technology to do that already, and we're just going to connect into it. Super easy. Okay, so this is called an API. All right, so I essentially, just like all of this, I have an AI dealer, and that's what powers my AI team. All right, we're going to go to a website scraper dealer and we're going to build a software based off of that. All right, makes sense. Open Router is also another software that we're going to be using. If we want to be able to personally outreach to each one of these with a custom "What up, Jake" message, we need to be able to use that with AI. Otherwise, it's going to take us forever. All right, so what we're going to build: scrape Google Maps, scrape the website, detect if they have social media, get the emails, phone numbers, give a CSV export. All right, we want to be able to export this data into any other lead platform. Okay, some people have different website builders. Some people want to outreach with Instantly. Some people want to outreach with their GHL or Aspire Builder Pro or whatever you have. We want to be able to export them into a CSV and import them super easy. All right, so this is our goal. CSV is a universal, basically universal format that we can import into anything else. Okay, so super easy. All right, AI email generation will be the last thing that we do. So we could basically write a personalized email that's to them about their business, everything. All right, so these are our objectives. All right, here's our implementation step. We're going to go through this whole little process, set up Google Maps, extract the data, get the information from the website, export the CSV, build all the UI. All right, end goal, we'll have that whole thing. All right. Is there any questions? You guys are live. All right. So this is the live interaction part. Is there any questions on this process, or is there anything that you think of? What do you think about this goal for our topic? Is there any questions you have before we get started?
None here, but I love how thorough, concise, and the steps that you put into the beginning of this presentation. I think that helps a lot.
Perfect. Yeah, this is my goal ultimately. Okay, with my students, here's what I want to teach you. You see how we have tools and technologies? We are connecting Website Scraper API and Open Router. That's two different sites into a user interface. If I could teach you guys how to connect two different behind the scenes APIs into a user interface, you guys could build dang near any software you can imagine in your brain. All right, so I feel like if I could teach you the absolute basics of here's the tool that could do it, here is the two softwares that you could connect, magically we build a software, you can build anything you could think of. All right, just the basics. All right, so this is going to be a 37-minute class from here on out, and then we're going to complete it. Okay, so I'm glad that you guys are here live. All right, so here's what we're going to start. All right, so the very first thing that we're going to do is we're almost going to kind of work backwards. All right, so we're going to work on where we're at is the website scraperapi.com. All right, so we're going to go to website scraperapi.com. And this, if you guys didn't know, is a website that AI coded up for me to be able to scrape websites. All right, I sell this single code on Rapid API. All right, rapidapi.com. All right, and this code essentially is this code is essentially every single time somebody calls it, it charges them 2 cents. All right, it costs me 2 cents, but I'm just running this code. If you guys are in the code vault, you actually get this code. Like you could literally own this code so you don't have to pay me for this one part. Okay, so if I go into like my studio, you guys can see like this is just a code that I sell on Rapid API. Here's the website Scraper API. You can see the little logo's the same, right? Well, like all I did was build me a website that I own on this, and now there's a login. All right, so this is website Scraper API on my end. Well, I also sell it on Rapid API. I'm just selling code access. It's a one single thing. Like today, so far, we've had 145 people call websites and scrape websites. Okay, from this, you can see there's revenue analytics, $779 paid in just 6 months from this sucker. All right, like this thing is legend. I love this thing. All right, and then that's not even including from the actual website. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. If we go to website scraperapi.com, you guys can sign up for $9. You can get 420 credits. Okay, with this, if you guys actually use the code vault, you guys can scrape all these websites for free, and you can just use the Google Maps scraper from this. All right, in here we have what's called API keys. Inside this, you're going to need an API key. All right, an API key gives you the ability. You can see this one API call. If you guys know about Attorney Search Near Me, which is my attorney search website, which is shut down right now from Namecheap. Don't ask me why. All right, apparently they don't like what I did, so I'm going to figure that out. All right. So I like that you guys are talking about all my fails earlier. I just roll with them because we're going to get it back up and it's going to work. You know what I mean? I like my other site didn't get shut down. I don't know why this one did. So we're going to figure it out. But I called it 126,000 times. So maybe that might be it. Like a part of it. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new API key. And what we're going to do is we're going to call this, I'm going to call this live class. All right. You can call this whatever. This is just a personal name for you. All right. But what this actually does is this gives us a key. All right. So you see how it says 0 credits used? It actually gives us a key, and this key connects to our account. So we actually know who's going to be charged for these calls. Okay. So that's how that works. All right. So here's what we're going to do. On the left-hand side, we have API Map Scraper. All right. So this gives us an API call to scrape Google Maps. What does that mean? That just means a code set up in the back end that does the function of scraping Google Maps already, so you guys don't have to figure out how to go to Google Maps and set up a scraper and do all that. I just set it up for 2 cents. You guys could do it, right? Like 2 cents, I'll scrape 500 businesses for you, up to 500 businesses. All right, like, does that sound pretty fair? You know what I mean? Like, so it's as close as to 0 as I could get. That's not going to cost me something. Okay, so that's where I'm at. So here's what you can do. You have this little drop down where it says you could pick your API key. And then right here says view curl. All right. So we could always test this. So if I test this little query and I type in church in Las Vegas. All right. Las Vegas, Las Wages. All right. And I call this, you can see it's going to test the API call. And then below it in a few seconds, as soon as it outputs. All right. Okay. Status. There's 0 churches in Las Vegas. Oh God. Surely there's some churches in Las Vegas. Church, Las Vegas. Let's just say church. Let's try this. Church. All right. There you go. All right. So it pulled some churches back. All right. So this pulls back our churches, and you could see this is what the response looks like. If this looks crazy, this is because this is like the language of code. All right, we don't have to learn how to read this anymore because we have AI. All right, so this is how I feel about this. All right, so what we have, you see where it says view curl? This is a whole entire setup that you could copy this entire thing and we could paste it into the AI for everything that we need for this entire setup. All right, so let me show you what this means. All right, if I go into myaiteam.com, all right, most of you guys, if you don't know how to set it up, there's videos and show you how to set it up. You're going to have to go to the AI snippets, click here to go get your API key. And you're going to get your API key from Claude. You need to add about $10, $20 onto that API key to be able to use the code snippeting. All right, but once you have it, what we're going to have this is we're going to call this a lead scraper. All right, so we're going to create our own little name. All right, and we're going to basically chat on our phone and tell us what we want to create, okay? Because I don't really like typing things out anymore in life. All right, and if you guys don't know why you should get an iPhone and an iMac is because if you create something on your iMac or your phone and you paste it, you could copy it from here and you could paste it onto your computer. All right, it's really cool. So basically I'm just gonna like tell it what I want to create, right? I just want to tell it what kind of software I want to make, right? So I'm gonna say, create me a little software that's a world-class dashboard that I am using Website Scraper API to scrape the Google Maps. And there's another call to scrape the websites. So I'm going to give you 2 API calls. All right. I'm going to make it, I want a little free map that doesn't use Google Maps, but a free map up top. And I need to be able to scrape hundreds of thousands of leads. So make it where this is super easy to manage. Make it where I can export the leads as a CSV. Make it where I can basically search up basically the leads. Then I could extract those, give me all of the information of those for the website, basically from that API call. Make it where you highlight if I get any phone numbers and emails and social media links, like really highlight which ones. So like gamify it, make it cool. Like every time you find one, make it like I won, you know, like make it awesome. You know, I want to be able to export it as a CSV, super incredibly easy. Some of these, the text will have commas, some of it will have like things. So make sure it absolutely doesn't break the CSV. And then later on, I'm going to give you an open router API. So I need you to be able to make it where I could also have a little button that I could personalize outreach and create an email to each one, on each one, like a little button. Make it incredibly easy. Make it a beautiful dashboard. Make it where I could add my Website Scraper API key also on the front end inside like a setting area. And in the open router, like it give me a little setting area. Make it where it's safe so like nobody sees my key and it hides it. Make it incredibly easy to use. Make it beautiful, use Tailwind CSS. That's a good one to stylize it. And I like red and black branding, keep it simple, a lot of white, heavy white. And what else? Let's see. That's really easy. Like I said, make it incredibly easy to use, super beautiful, nice map at the top with a nice search. Yeah. Give me a past history search so I could see past history with local saved local stuff, and give me like a little like export list so I could see my previous exported and maybe like highlight it and so I could see if it was highlighted. Anything like that, make it, you know, that'd be cool, you know, so kind of keep track if there's any exported stuff too. Thanks, I love you. Okay, all right, so ultimately I'm going to copy that whole thing, right? So I just talk to my phone and I hit paste. If you guys see, this just pasted the entire thing. All right, so all I do is I walk around my garage and I talk to my phone like that. Okay, and then I paste in the API from over here. Okay, so this is to get my Google Maps because this is one of the APIs we said we're going to use, and I paste it into here. Okay, the second API that we need to do is to scrape the website. Okay. So now we go to Website Scraper Docs, all right, and we go to View Curl, and this is the same thing. I'm going to copy this whole thing. Yeah, copy it, come over here, paste it, boom. All right, and now one of the other things, okay, so one of the other things I want to do is Open Router. All right, if you guys don't know about Open Router, it's freaking awesome, okay? Open Router is one API location, one API key, one API dealer for all of the API models. All right, so what does that mean? All right, What does that mean? If we go into ranking, check this out. Look at this. All of the AI models are competing against each other on this platform based off of usage. So you can literally see by top today, what are the absolute top models used in the entire world right now? Top models mean, oh, okay, number one, Claude Sonnet 4. Do you guys think number one is the best? If it's the most used model, do you think that potentially might be the best in the world right now? Abso-freaking-lutely. So do you think you need to do much thought on, okay, I could test Claude Sonnet 4, Gemini. I could test the top 5 right here, and I could add the top 5 to any of my softwares. And now you have the top 5 or top 10 AI models, or every AI model you ever in existence in your software. This is what this gives you the ability. If you want to come over here, you could chat, and you could chat with these models, and you could test any of them. So I could test Claude, and I could behind the scenes test these models on how good they are. All right. But also, this is where it becomes important. If we go to docs, okay. If we go to docs, almost died. Oh my God. Almost choked on my eyes. All right. If we go to docs, you can see right here in the docs, this gives us the ability to connect to these AIs. So you see how it's all this crazy code stuff that I don't know how to read? All right. If we go to models on the left-hand side, this gives us, it says one API for hundreds of models. OMG. But you see right here where it says copy page? This right here, they're already thinking what I'm doing. This little copy page means all we're doing is copying the entire page right here, and we're coming over here and pasting it into the AI. They already know how we work. That's why they made the copy page. Do you understand where the direction of coding is going? Most coders are building software for the AI to connect, because I don't have to figure out how to read all of this. I have to figure out how to read the ID, the concanical slug. I don't even know what this says. You know what I mean? I'm not going to read all this. This is ridiculous. But I could use this by giving it all to the AI, and it's going to read the entire thing and give me the entire thing in my software. Okay, so now we have this, and then we're going to scroll down, and then this gives us all of our models. That's our model API. So now we have all the models inside of our software. Now I could go to chat completion, this little one right here where it's a post chat completion. And this one doesn't have a cute little copy page button. How rude. All right, so I'm just going to copy it myself like a manual human. All right, and I'm going to copy this whole thing. All right, and I'm going to go into it's the chat completion API endpoint, and I'm going to paste it back into my AI chain. Bam. All right, so now we got all those APIs. Like we just connected a Google Map scraper, a website scraper, the AI all in one, all in a single software. Okay. What else could we get? What else do we need? I think that's pretty much it. Do we need anything else? Let's check. Let's check our requirements. Okay. We have our requirements, what we'll build, scrape the map, scrape the website, get those websites, emails, socials, CSV export. Boom. Done. All right. We could add it to a folder if we want. All right. You don't have to. Ignore this little image thing. I'm going to remove that soon because that's supposed to make it where the AI codes whatever your image uploads. But most people think it's an image for the thumbnail, but whatever. My fault. I designed it like that. All right. So check out what's happening. Right now, AI is coding this up. All right. Well, here's the thing. We could sit here like a chump and we could wait for this thing to be done. All right. Or we could go to history and look what I kind of did. You see how we just dropped this giant freaking text in? Well, this is a giant text. Well, watch what happens. If I go up here and I hit restart, and then I go back up here and I paste that entire text in, I'm literally going to hit generate again. And then I'm going to hit generate again. I'm going to hit generate 2 times. So if you scroll down, I generated this software technically 3 times so far. So in the history, you can see I'm actually from 0, I'm creating 3 brand new ones. The reason why is because this history page gives us the ability to say, once this is done generating, it gives us the ability to pick which one we like. So we're going to be able to see, do I like this one? Do I like this one? Or do I like this one? And we're going to be able to pick which dashboard we work from here on forward from our beginning software. Most likely this whole thing is going to generate our software, and we're going to have this whole little working software in a few seconds. All right, at least our first prototype that we can plug all our code in and all that cool stuff. All right, inside Open Router, inside here, once you guys are signed up for Open Router, same thing. All right, Open Router, you can add, you see how I have little credits? You could add like $10, $20 to this site. All right, you add credits and it uses it for any AI that you use. How much is it per credit is based off what AI brain you use. There's other AIs that cost a lot. There's other AIs that cost a little. There's other AIs that on this platform that are 100% free. 100% free. You can use it infinite amount of times. So think about the software that you could build that you could just add and it costs you $0. If we need to scrape hundreds of leads, look at this. Look at our software, baby. This is the first one. It's done. Lead scraper dashboard. Scrape, analyze, export leads with powerful automation, baby. Look at that. All right, we have our first software. Let's see. That looks good. Let's see. So this is our first one's done. Okay, this is our current code. This is our first one. Let's see if any of the other ones are done, which is going to be, this one is not done yet. This is probably going to be the next one that's done. All right, so this is our next one. Boom. I like this one. You see how we have two different softwares now? We have two different dashboards. We have Lead Scraper dashboard, which is looking clean. I like the searches up top. I like the map in the middle, and I like all of the stuff down here. Beautiful. All right, I love this. Super simple, super clean. Let's see the last one. This one added a little fire up top with a little emote. All right. All right. I like this one too. It adds the settings up here. So nice. You see how it has our little credit system? Beautiful. Okay. So this is, I kind of like this one. All right. So this has a search history. This has it where we could adjust how much we want back. Okay. Results scraped. All right. What do you guys think? You guys are live? Let's go. All right. So we have first one. All right. First AI, I'm gonna screenshot full page. Screenshot this bad boy. All right. So what I like to do is I like to see which one looks better, and then I like to, which one do I like, and then I like to test all of them. All right. So which one do you guys like first? You guys like A first, number one. Boom. This is going to be number two. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself. And then this one's going to be number three. Which one do you guys like? Two, Austin, drop them in the comments. Or you could say it out loud. I don't mind either one. You got two? You guys like two? So Austin says two. Troy?
Go back to one real quick.
Back to one. We're going back to one. All right, one.
Seems like I like how clean two is, but I kind of like, there's some things in three that I like, the search history.
So you like that search history. All right.
Oh, so the search history at the bottom on number two, I guess.
All right. So we're getting a lot of votes for two. All right, two it is. All right. So now we're gonna test if two works. All right. So look at a little bug in two. All right. Oh man, this is embarrassing two already.
Three's my second vote.
Change my vote. Jeff become an that is a big word. Optometrist. What's that word, Colin? An
optometer.
An optometer. Oh, look. So this one. All right. You can see, bruh. All right, bro. The settings pop up. The map covers it. All right. So fix number one. All right. So we're going to have this fix, and we could visit some of the other ones while that is fixing. All right. So actually, let's just see it. Are we even able to like get around this thing possibly? Bam. Nope. All right. So it's going to have to update the code for a second. All right. Lame sauce. All right, so we'll just try the other ones. So be it. All right, so we go here. We go to settings. This one worked. All right, so website scraper API. If we grab our API key from here, this is going to be our API key that we need. So we go here. I'm going to copy the key, and we go here, paste it, nailed it. It hit it like I requested. Thank you for not exposing my key. And we go into open API key. So open router, here's what I like about this too. All right, you could actually, just like I did, you could create a key for the class, right? So we could essentially set a credit limit, and I could say $1, and I could create a key just for this. All right, so if you want to give a friend a key or anything like that, you don't have to worry about how much credits it has. All right, so settings are saved. Let's see if we could pull back lawyers. Search, scraping data. Lawyer, look at them all pop up. Look at that. All right, nice. It's just pulling lawyers from everywhere. All right, scraping data. Boom, there's another lawyer. Boom, nice. All right, it's like populating on the site. Cool. All right, well, I dig it. Jackpot. We found the social media. Do you guys see how fun that was?
Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one.
That was so fun. Oh, it updated our software, but dang it, that was fun. Oh man. I want to win again.
And that's coming from scraping a Google search?
Yeah, that was scraping Google search, Google Maps. Let's do it again. Yeah, all right. So number two didn't get fixed. That's lame. So
this is like if you just typed lawyer into Google and then whatever the results are, it's scraping it for relevant results for what you're asking for?
Yeah, we could do a little bit more targeted. So let's just say lawyer.
I'm in Ohio, if that makes any difference.
Okay, so lawyers in. Oh, let's just go lawyers. Boom! Heck yeah, man, we're winning. Oh yeah, Ohio. I know how to spell Ohio.
That's it. That's right.
Is it? Troy, don't laugh at me.
I'm blaming on your typing. Just blame it on your typing. I'll do it. I had it spelled right. Just,
all right. So what state is Ohio in, or is that the state? So I'm a product of American school. So what's
Ohio's the state?
Is there a city up in there?
Cleveland.
Yeah,
Cleveland. All right. Is that it?
That's
Cleveland,
it.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Is that pretty close? All right. So
All right.
cool. All right, Cleveland, Ohio, baby. All right. So we spelled it right. All right. So I can search Cleveland, Ohio, and now let's see if we win, baby. Yahtzee. Come on.
Yeah, the winning thing is cool. That's from what you copied and then pasted into the AI, and that you copied from the router. Right. That's where the jackpot came from. Is what you pasted in, or was it a prompt that you added in addition? I don't think it was. Right. You just copied.
That was because he asked for it to be gamified.
I asked it to be gamified.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh boy, is that fun!
I missed that part. But yeah.
We got emails and phone numbers for them, because emails are the hard thing. We actually have to post scrape those emails. We're taking those websites. So here's what we're doing. Okay, so but basically, I don't know to explain how fun this is for me. That's why it's so nerdy. Is because for every website that we get from Google Maps, it doesn't come with the emails or social medias. So we have to take that website and go get their social medias and emails. And so for me, that's the exciting part, because we're like, you know what I mean? So this is pulling back emails, info at Johnson Taylor, baby. What's up? Look how cool this is. All right. So we got Cleveland, Ohio. Look at all these lawyers. Cleveland, Ohio. Did we win on any of them? Did we get any jackpots? We did. Margaret. Look at this. Info at Margaret's Law. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, now we have an email button. So we need to test if all three of our qualifications work. So far, 2 of our 3 qualifications work. We have our scraping maps, we have our gamified emails leads, and now we have our thing, generated email, failed to generate email. All right, so look, so this said failed to generate email. I'm gonna hit regenerate, which happens. Failed to generate email. Inspect. All right, so we're gonna see why this is failing. Email for personalization failed. All right, so that said generate. So failed to load resources responded with this. Boom. All right, so you see how these little errors are here? Some of those other AI coders, they tell you where all the errors are. I tell you to right click and hit inspect and figure out where those errors are. Okay. So we're going to take that and we're going to right click and we're going to say, oh, look, it shows our credits. This is so freaking cool. All right. So I'm going to say right here, I'm going to say, I got this error, when trying to make emails. All right. Only make the email when I click the email button, so you don't make emails for everyone. All right, so boom. And then I'm also going to say I don't see anywhere in the settings where I could set my open router models. Okay, so I'm going to go back into that and I'm going to say boom. All right, so I'm going to come back in here and into this and up here. Okay, so up at the top right here is where we make the updates. Okay, so we have our display and then up here we just make our updates. So I'm going to say in the settings, I also don't see where I can pick the model to use for the AI. All right, boom, and I'm going to paste that. Also, I don't like that this is like, it says 20 right here, okay? So I kind of like it. I want to kind of say more. So I'm going to say, can you have a default of 250? Actually, the default should be, 250. All right, up to 500 max. And then also, this is kind of a one input. So I kind of want to make it where can you make the input like basically like a business type, and then city. Should you guys think it should be where it's open like this, or do you think it where it should be city state? And I would have an input that's city state. One input or 3 inputs on that? Is that a tomato thing right here? You guys see what I mean? Like, should I make it where it says lawyer and then Cleveland, Ohio, where you could have city and state, or just make it where you could input like this all the times? Like,
I mean, I do 2 boxes. I do one for the niche and then the other for the location. So that way you can scrape state as well as city state pretty easily.
Okay. Other for location. Okay. Lactation. All right. Location is not. All right. Don't change the API call though. Okay. All right. So now we have that. Let's see. This is so awesome. All right. So also I want better better stats like a game dashboard below the map. Okay, so I could see and if I click on click on any of them, I can see a filtered view of just those with that filter. All right, so kind of like if I have so if I have just leads with emails or socials, I can click that and it shows. Boom. All right. So now we have that. Nailed it. We have our phone numbers. This is super awesome. Is there anything else we need from this? I don't think so. All right, generate. So I like the search history. That's cool. So cool. Let's see. Sometimes when we like make things, it saves our settings locally. I don't think it saved our settings locally, but I do like this dashboard. This one kind of set it up how we have the other one. So copy key, boom. I just can't see anything there. It's never fixed that error. So yeah. So this will update. So we are 7 minutes away from completing the entire challenge. All right. If we could get it to where it writes an email, we're pretty much done with this thing. So based off of this class objective. All right. So we could scrape Google Maps. We could scrape websites. We could do the social media detection. AI email generation is the only thing that we can't do. And then we need to verify the CSV export works. All right. So those are our next steps. Did it save our setting? Hopefully it did. Boom. So boom, we go lawyer, Cleveland, Ohio, baby. So based off what you guys are seeing right here, is this useful if this is a tool that does what it does right now so far? Would you guys want to use this ever in the future?
It's useful. I could see times where I might use it,
That's what's up.
but also it's not my focus. This is your focus for sure. This is very useful.
Perfect. Heck yeah.
Will, are you in Ohio?
I am sorry. I have a call going on in my office. One of
no
my
worries.
colleagues, so I kind of have to keep it down here. But I'll be in the chat.
Word. All right. So Will said he dropped it in. There's a little chat. Boom. He says, yes, for sure. I've been looking to reach out a number of attorneys to ask for their appeals work. Let's go. Heck yeah, Will. Take them golfing, baby. That's what's up. Yeah. Right. So yeah, we could even search up like appeal lawyer. So it pulls back all of
Well,
our
actually, I'm the appeals lawyer, and everybody else has all these cases, but they don't like the appeals, right? That's like a little bit different for them. So I say, hey, you want to take my divorce cases? Anybody you have with a criminal appeal, you send to me, and now we're cross referrals. But getting that done onesie twosie is kind of a chore. But if you can send out 50 of them, 500 of them at once, and then you get back 20 hot leads, and you call them, and you get 5 of them. You get 1 case a month, and all of a sudden you've really got something going. So that's what I had envisioned, as you were going through all that.
Heck yeah. All right. So now we got lawyers, and then boom, Cleveland, Ohio, baby. So now we got a little upgraded dashboard. All business types. That's cool. All right. So let's see if this works still. All right. So now we're going. We got a cool dashboard stat. Okay. So, all right. So the map scraper returns all the leads instantly. So can you show that first, and then as you scrape the websites, show the wins? Boom. All right. Give some progress bar. Oh yes, we are freaking. Look at that. We got freaking winning jackpot. Look, we got websites 14, socials, 2 emails so far. Let's go. All right. I think the jackpot is all of them. If we win all of them. This is.
Do you think you could put together lists that are like regionally, like within the state, like maybe in this county or that county or this corner of the state, that corner of the state? Because I know I get calls sometimes. I'm in Cleveland, they call me about something that's small because I got a good website. But it's 3.5 hours away in another part of the state, and it's not a big enough thing for me to charge them appropriately. So they say, well, do you have anybody to refer to? And it'd be nice to have, in a quick way, to be able to put together, all right, here's your family law attorneys down there, here's your criminal law attorneys down there, here's your business attorneys down there, and not have to just refer them to the bar. A lot of times, if I give them something, hey, here's 5 numbers I'll give you, I get a Google review out of it for, a 10-minute phone call, which is a huge margin for me. So are you think you'd be able to do that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course, Jeff can do that.
Okay, we got jackpots all day on this. Yeah, I mean, literally, you could do it that exact way, or we could even go as far as building you a full little software tool that does said things just like this, right? Like where you basically could have you scrape that little area and then give them a dashboard where it's like, hey, here's 10 referrals that you could use and reach out and call to. And then it's in your local area. Inside Website Scraper API, check out what I do. So in here in the map scraper, kind of like, Will, remember how that list I sent you, and I sent you the entire city of Arizona for all of your guys's the golf courses?
Yeah.
Right. So here's how I did it. I went to Website Scraper API and I have the credits, and you can see right now I'm using the credits. This thing's going down actively because it's making those API calls. But all I come into the map scraper, and I built my own dashboard off of these API calls. That's all I did. So now I go into bulk scraper, and then if I typed in lawyer, and then if I go into Arizona, right? Arizona, it pops up every selected city. This is every city in Arizona. It pulls them all. So now if I hit bulk scrape, it will scrape every lawyer in Arizona in all 258 cities all right now. Is what's happening. And then it's going to spit it out. And this software automatically makes it where it can export into a CSV. I'm just not post scraping those websites. So I'm just building a dashboard that does it. And so if you want the emails for all those, we would come in here and I would post scrape it, which I post scraped inside the bulk scraper. I post scrape the entire list. And that's what I'm doing manually. I'm just building right now a full dashboard that does all of this. So I don't have to keep doing it. Dude, I love getting this jackpot. I tell you what, I'm a gambler or something. Jackpot, phone number found for Buckley King. Let's go. Yeah, we're winning, baby. Dude, this is fun. I could win all day on this bad boy. All right, it's 11 o'clock. Now we need a test. 11 o'clock. Can I write an email to this guy? Generate the email. 404 status. Oh, come on. This is embarrassing. Settings, model. This is Turbo, Gemini Pro, Haiku, Sonnet 3.6. Save. Save the settings. It generates this. All right. So now we're here. All right. So Map Scraper returns all the leads instantly. So let's go lawyer, Cleveland, Ohio. Let's see if it returns all of our leads instantly. Scraping. Boom. Let's see if this makes it way faster and funner. Boom. Look at this. Leads found instantly. Yeah, baby. Look at all this leads found instantly. Oh, this is so much fun. Recent wins. Oh, this is good. This is good. All right. All right. Scraping complete. Oh, look at it. Oh, we have a full little action. Oh, all your data is mine, baby. Look at this. All right. So we can add a little drop down so it could search up by location a little bit better. So kind of what we could do, what you were saying is, can it do all those location areas? We need to find a way where it could do all those location areas here and maybe group them, you know? Oh man, this thing gamified it all. Jackpot, baby. This thing's way better. Look at this. Oh, yes. This thing is fun. All right, man, this thing is so fun.
Could you do a radius search like real estate does? If you could do a 10-mile radius, 20, 50. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So I love how you guys have all these ideas. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Right now, this code, the only thing that we haven't done, which is slightly embarrassing, is I haven't Generate email. Does this email work? Come on. Does the email work? Oh my God, the email worked. The email worked. It's 11:02. We are 2 minutes past our freaking time. And the freaking email worked. It didn't work before we freaking made the update, but somehow it's working. All right, look at this. Subject. Here's your freaking email. Elevate your legal firm's online presence with this. Oh my God, can I regenerate? It looks regenerate. Oh man, we need to, bro. We need to be able to add info into the AI before you make the email, homie fish. All right, generate. All right, so this is so pumped. Look at this, man. We're freaking scraping these. This is it. We could play video games with businesses. How fun. It finally achieved my all-time dream. We can win. This is 5 phone numbers found. I'm calling them. All right. All right. There's one right here that's probably the most likely. I need to push to call. I need to push to email. Jackpot, baby. Oh, let's go. All right. Can I click these buttons and can I filter it? Remember how I said I wanted that? All right. Look, with emails, click it, filter it. Does this just have emails? I don't know if it's where it's going to put it. It might need to like wait. This is so cool. All right. Export CSV exported successfully 250 leads to the CSV. Let's look at our CSV. We have a leads CSV. Boom. All right. That's our last one. That's not the new one. All right. Now we have a beautiful CSV database. We have our name up on the left-hand side. We have our address in the middle. All right. We have our phone number, which is their phone numbers. We have the website. We have our reviews from Google, which is our ratings, our review counts, the business type, the longitude, latitude of those homies, so we could find where they're at and we could track them down like creeps. We have the website email that we got from their website phone number, because sometimes the Google phone number is different than the website phone number, so I grabbed that also. The next one is we have our social media links, so you could add them on social media. I highly encourage you to like add them. I feel like that's the new cold email. And then has highlights. Nailed it, baby. This is sick. Okay. So you guys can see we basically have a full software. Do you guys think that if this was a software that you owned or used, you guys think you guys sell this software just for this thing alone? Is this thing that anybody's like, man, I can make a software out of this, or I would use it in my own business, or I would use it. Look at this win. I think it's gamified as heck. All right. Would anyone use this? All right. Cal Austin raising their hand. That's what's up. All right. So here's what we're going to do. All right. Anyone that has the code vault, you are going to now have this code. I'm going to take this code, and once it's done updating, I'm going to add this code in there. All right. So when you guys just said, can I make it where it does this? Can I make it where it does a radius search? Can I make it where all of these things? Yes, you can. You can. Okay. You guys can take this code, use it, and make it where it's actually your own code. Sell it where you could, one, pass on the API costs to your users, and then they use their own API credits. You see how I'm using my own API credits right now? Everything right here is passing in their website scraper API key and their open API router API key. So there's technically no cost to you. Or you can take these settings and put them in the back and then just sell this as a service. And now you're giving away this as a service. You're charging people. All they have to do is pay you. And now they get it. Look at this. Oh, this is cool. When you click this little map thing, you could click all, and then it filters the map right here. That is sick. This thing is awesome. All right. We're probably going to I would tell it to make the website scraping part too 10 times faster, because it could definitely scrape faster. And then it will bulk scrape all at once. So heck yeah. Any thoughts, questions? What do you guys think about the software? Do you guys think, based off of our requirements, I kind of want to see what it's going to update if we can make our own information, because I want to make a custom email outreach to this guy. Do you guys think we achieved our requirements? What do you guys think?
Yes.
Let's go. Heck yeah. That's what's up. Way to go, Will. Any questions about this ultimately on this whole process? Is there anything that do you see ultimately how we can build software by connecting two APIs or multiple APIs into a dashboard front end? too. Anybody else? Anybody like any questions on how to do this? Or is there any, like, do you feel like you could watch this and be like, dude, I can make my own software from your stuff?
Yeah, I can make mine now. Thank you for sharing that. That was amazing.
That's what's up. Heck yeah.
I'll probably be watching this video as I pause and play and rewind and pause and play and rewind. But I think it's really good. Jeff, I know that this isn't probably the subject of this call, but we've recently been trying to put together some multi-language legal, like, educational materials as kind of lead generation for my business. And there's a process that you do where essentially you're taking something from one of our legal databases, say a Westlaw, downloading cases. Let's say we're doing 3 cases on vehicle searches or something. And we'll get a law review article. We'll plug that into ChatGPT. Say, hey, give me a master document to plug into Google Notebook LM. And then Google Notebook LM can throw in that, kind of put it into the studio and kind of create a podcast out of it. And while it is amazing that you can do what probably would have taken hours and hours and hours in like maybe 15, 20 minutes, if you could do this through, an AI that's kind of, just doing it while you're sleeping, I mean, obviously the potential for content creation is pretty much endless. So I don't know if you've ever kind of divvied into that or dipped into that, way to use AI, but, to be able to do that and generate content like that would just be an absolute game changer for me. So I don't know. I'll put that out there into your head. Let it percolate a little bit while you're working in the lab, and maybe it'll come to you.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, and definitely, I mean, I love that we just started working together. I mean, we're going to be creating a lot of those things, and anything that like we create together, that's your idea and your business. Just like Todd, right? Todd he actually gets a behind the scenes percentage for any template that he sells. So same thing, that if we create something in your business, well, that's the same thing. I'll put it in the code vault, or I'll put it where it's its own product, and we could sell it inside, and I could help you sell it to coders, but you can use that software in your business. And that's something that you build as a software as a service. And then we could sell that code too. And now you could sell that code. I could help you sell that, and now that's a full-on software, just like this right here. Well, now we just created a full software that people could scrape leads. You know what I mean? It has history. You know what I mean? Like, this thing is sick. You know what I mean? Like, in a few seconds, and other businesses need it. You know what I mean? This is a less than an hour call from this whole thing. And so code is extremely valuable because most people don't know what we just did. They don't want to go through and figure out how to connect the podcast, how to connect the AI, how to turn it from audio to video. And they don't want to do all that. They just want to give me a cute little button. What button do I press? They want one button, right? And so we give them that one thing. And so as you're building these things, and as we're building and growing your business and doing outreach in those, it's a sawdust business, okay? That's the real thing that we're in. As we're doing things in our business to grow, we're creating these little tiny assets, because this is just one thing I need in my business. This is not my whole business, right? I needed to scrape websites. So I literally created a single code that scrapes websites. Well, guess what? Now I have a software that does that. Well, this is just an extra couple bucks, but I build software on top of this software. And then I build tools on top of that software. And so it's little tiny things that we build that are assets that continue to say, thank you, Jeff, for what you did in the past. Ultimately, those are the tools that we want to set down in the rain that collect revenue for us. So the more money we make, the more time freedom that we have. Okay, that is the ultimate goal. I'll send you this list once I'm done post scraping for all the lawyers in Arizona, by the way, too. So basically, like, I don't want to make a whole bunch of money and then have to, like, dude, I have so limited time. Like, that is the opposite of what we want to do. So that's the opposite of what we want to build with software. Well, the software as a service, okay? First, we want to find services that people are willing to get. Like, is people willing to say, I want leads from Google? Are they willing to even pay for that service? Todd is selling these lists actively right now. I have sold these lists I scrape multiple different states in multiple different states, I'll sell the whole list for a few $100s. Well, then if you could sell it as a service, you could sell that software as a service. All right. So those are our different steps. One, will somebody buy it as a service for high ticket? If yes, then we can build a software that validates that idea to make our life way easier. And so all these little softwares are like, these are our little things that we set down in the rain and collect revenue for us. And so as we need them in our business, we allow them to be available for other people on the internet. Okay. I have a little coding like video that is everything you need to know about coding with AI. And it's like it's basically AI coding 101. It's inside the Code Vault also. With Will, your one-on-one coaching actually comes with the Code Vault. So I'll make sure to get you access to that too. So heck yeah, I can't wait. It looks sick, guys. Here's what's crazy. All right, this is the last thing and I'm going to leave. All right, this is the last thing. Check out this. All right. Inside the Code Vault is right. So this is a little sneak peek of what the Code Vault looks like. This is me working on it. That's not it. That's not it at all. All right. So, all right. So it's going to be at students. Let's see. So we'll go to memberships and all right, we're students.aicodinguniversity.com. All right, so this is a little sneak peek into where it's going to be. We're going to have our little AI Coding University group. Up at the top right or in the middle, we have our learning, and then you actually have the Code Vault. The AI Coding University is going to be completely separate, which is we're going to have like 3-month long coaching that is going to be the AI Coding University. Okay, so that's going to be like where we're actually going together as a group with that. All right, and we're going to talk about that way later, not anytime soon. All right, but the Code Vault is what I'm actually launching right now, and that's what people have been purchasing recently. But here's what's cool. Inside this Code Vault, you guys see this little one of the codes is this CSS plugin. So all of these are codes that I give you that you could build software around. All right. Well, if you see how this website is styled, so this is styled like where we have this little hover. This is styled where this little video has this little like it's like rounded right here. You know, if we scroll down, we have like these, and that these little buttons are like nice and styled like this. Well, all of this was styled, and then we have a little comments area. All of this was styled using this CSS plugin. All right, using this little CSS plugin right here, which is actually inside the Code Vault. So literally, as I'm building my website, I literally use the CSS editor, which is a Google Chrome plugin that I give you guys access to, that you can set up. And you see how it says need custom development? It literally links to my website so they could hire me. And now they could go hire me for custom development on my AI team. So I'm using my Google Chrome plugin as a lead magnet. Not only does it work and it has my logo and it has AI, so I could have AI code up CSS, but I also have it where it's a lead magnet to hire me. And so you guys can build those things and customize it and add your logo here and do all that stuff. And this is a Google Chrome plugin that is an example of little tools that I show you how to set up. And inside this little Chrome plugin, think about what you guys are going to accomplish. You now know how to, one, you're going to learn how to set up a Google Chrome plugin. So that's a skill. 2, connect to AI. And then your AI. So that's another skill on how to connect to your AI software inside this little template that I give you. And then last, there's add image. So you can actually add images to the AI and upload images. So you can now add vision to any of your guys' software. So if you ever need to say, make this website like this, or analyze this Excel sheet, or analyze this receipt, you guys can know how to use vision in any of your softwares. So that's the goal of the Code Vault, is I want you guys to be able to have simple little tools that give you the ability. See that you watch this video, you download the source code, you set up your API, and you go to here and you set up this whole Chrome extension. And now you know how to set up Google Chrome extensions. You know what I mean? So that's what the Code Vault is all about, is little tiny projects that can get you micro SaaSes, I could set up this code in one weekend and all of a sudden I have my very first Chrome plugged in, published on the Google store. All right, we'll set up another one. Go set up the lead scraper so you could sell leads on a monthly access, and you could sell this for a software, and you could sell this for $50 a month. Set that up, and with the SaaS starter kit that you get inside the Code Vault. The SaaS starter kit, if you guys didn't know, the SaaS starter kit is literally Repurposer 9000. This whole entire software is built right here. This whole entire software is built. It has a login, a sign up, a dashboard, admin area, pricing, webhooks, this whole little like side manager. All of this is all plugged in. All right. If I go to Repurposer 9000, all right, and we're going to sign into this. Okay. I just bought a new domain today. All right. I don't know what's wrong with me. I buy a lot of domains. All right. If I was actually to set this software up, Repurposer 9000, right? If I pull this actually up, boom, right? Repurposer 9000, and I search this I pull up in my domains. Oh, it's to buy it. I already bought it. All right. So let's just say I wanted to add this to my server. How long does it take to add this little code that we literally just built to my server? All right. So if I go to Repurposer 9000, which is one of my things, all right, and then you can see right here, I'm going to hosting, which is my cPanel for Repurposer 9000. All right, go to cPanel. All right, if I wanted to actually set this up on my site, I'll go to File Manager, right? So this is File Manager right there, boom. And I'll go to Public HTML. And if I type in leads, so I'll just go to new file and I go to leads.html. All right, that's my little website. All right, and now if I go to Repurposer 9000, watch this, okay? Repurposer 9000, Repurposer 9000. If I hit slash and I type in leads.html, it should be a blank page. There's absolutely nothing here, okay? Perfect. Well, if I go to leads. These are all my files for this software. Eventually, you'll figure out how to manage multiple codes. If I edit this page, watch what happens. This is empty, but I could say, hello, Jeff. Hello, Jeff. And I could hit save, and I could refresh this page, and look, hello, Jeff. Instantly, this is on my website. Instantly, this is on the internet. Like, there's no, I didn't have to go hire WordPress. I didn't have to go hire a developer. I just put hello, Jeff. Well, watch what happens. I could come into this code. I could hit view code. I could hit copy code. I could do this. I could hit boom. I could hit paste. I could hit save changes. I could hit refresh. And I could literally, lead scraper dashboard is on Repurposer 9000 leads.html. All right, now watch this. If I go into my dashboard and I go into my admin area and I go into the little admin turd, all right, and I go to a little file manager, you can update the icon at any time. All right, if I go into here, into the creative lab, all right, well, I might have one. I'm just going to add this into the creative lab. I'm just going to put leads scraper. All right, and I could type in HTML.8 this, and I could put in maybe a map. Boom. Like that, map. And I can hit save. And then if I refresh this page, watch what happens. If over here I go to the creative lab, now we have lead scraper. This is what the template, the SaaS template does. It's this whole little menu setup, and now we go to lead scraper, boom. It's inside the dashboard. So now I could sell this inside Repurposer 9000 if this was the software I wanted to sell. And you see how I have credits down here? I could charge credits. I could do all of that stuff. So literally I could sell this whole software in a few seconds based off of this whole template. Now I just combined two codes that are inside the Code Vault, right? There's two codes in here, which is the SaaS starter kit, which is the entire SaaS starter kit to be able to create your own SaaS, sell it, make a login, a dashboard, all of that, have an admin area, the whole thing set up. All right. It teaches, there's even a video that teaches you how to set up the whole thing. Okay. And then you could plug in any of these. You could plug in the website scraper. You could plug in the crawler. You could plug in, I have a word search code on here if you so want. Okay. Soon, this little lead scraper right here, you bet your butt is going to be inside that software, the Code Vault, because this thing's sick. All right. Now we have a little whole system that could export leads. So these are all the tools that are in there. And then you could see how fast you can build a whole freaking software around that. Not only did we deploy it, this whole little class, we're like an hour in. into the class, and we have this deployed on our own server, on our own page with monetization all set up, because I already have the whole pick a plan thing set up on this thing. Okay. So this is $49 a month just to get access to the Creative Lab. And then you get the lead scraper. All right. So inside Repurposer 9000 does a ton of things, but this is a whole software for a whole different day. So you can see the direction that we're going with you guys as students. And hopefully you guys take this software and these tools and you guys build little software that you set up in the rain. And then now you build, and then you promote, and then you sell, and then you move on to the next one, and then you build and you promote, and then you move on to the next one. And they're all little cups that build and help run your business a little bit better. So that's the goal. There are worse addictions. Let's go, Callan. Heck yeah, you're right. So definitely will connect with Callan. Callan's one of my behind the scenes developer that also knows how to use AI, which is rare to find a developer that knows how to use AI also. And they embrace the AI and they're not threatened by it. And so that's probably why we're such great friends. So heck yeah. Love you guys. Thank you so much, Troy, for showing up. Austin, Will, Todd, you guys all freaking rock, man. Hopefully you guys like the class and dig it. So
Love you too. Happy 4th.
later. Happy 4th. Bye.